back to Tiger TV. We're here again with Coach Bossman of the boys varsity basketball team.
Thanks, Aaron.
As most of you know him as the Bossman. Thanks for being here, Coach.
Thank you.
Looking back at last Saturday's game,
Hold on a second. I think I got a couple questions for you. Do you mind if I run this interview for a little bit?
Yeah.
All right. I think everybody wants to know, myself included for sure, why aren't you playing?
I like to bowl.
He likes to bowl. Oh my goodness. All right. We better start over on that one.
All right, back to the real stuff. Here we go.
Do it again. Let me do one.
That's all right. Looking back on last Saturday's game, what are some of the positive things you can take out of that game?
The game against Rock Creek last weekend is a very tough opponent. It was a Friday, Saturday weekend for us. And, we kind of knew what we were going to be working against and knew what the positive things that they can do that we were going to have to try and take away from them to be successful. And we really keyed on the two guards, Malone and Garner. And we did a very good job on Malone, who had been tearing opponents up, from the three-point line and stuff. Unfortunately, Garner, got loose and he ended up shooting. We held him to a percentage that was acceptable enough. I think he ended up 8 for 20 from the field, but he did end up with 27 points. And a lot of that is just because our defensive rotations weren't there. But, it's a game like that. It's early in the season, our fourth game out. It was a non-sectional or non-conference opponent. So we wanted to work on some things that, before we get into this weekend here and, for building for later on in the season. So it was interesting to see how the kids bounced back after that loss. I know the kids were disappointed with the outcome, but we ended up having, especially the last couple nights, a good week in practice. And I think they're going to be really hungry to get back out and try and defend their home court tomorrow night.
Right. Well, coming off that loss, what are some things that you've been working to improve on in practice that's really going to benefit you for the season?
Yeah, we spend a lot of time on defense in practice, obviously, and probably this week we spent more than any other week leading up to this because we saw some things, because we were going against a good team in Rock Creek with some very fast guards and good shooters and stuff that they exploited some weaknesses that I don't know had been really shown to us up until that point in the season. So we took those things, breaking down the film and stuff, and just really worked hard this week to improve on containing the basketball a little better and being able to recover out on shooters and limit open looks to the basket. And especially later part of the week, I felt like we had taken some steps and some strides in the right direction, and hopefully, this weekend that those positive things will carry over for us.
Right. Well, coming into this Friday's game, facing your second sectional opponent, this early in the season.
Third, actually.
Okay, third. Sorry. This early in the season, what are you looking for out of your team?
Well, that's something we've been talking about. It's interesting that you mentioned that. We played Orleans, we played Medora, and that's one of the things we always keep track of is our record against sectional opponents, our record against conference opponents. And it's a huge game for us Friday night. For one, confidence. If we improve to 3-0 versus sectional opponents in the regular season, I mean the more success we have now, more positive things we do now, come March, that's going to help with the boys' confidence and stuff, and going up against any opponent that we might face in a sectional draw and whatnot. And it's still the boys have to see it as an opportunity to get better as well. This is our fifth game already, and it's hard to believe that we're almost at Christmas break, but we're at the fifth game of the season. One of the things I keep reminding the seniors, you're a quarter of the season for you is already almost over, especially after these next few days, with the 3 games in five days that we have to play. So I just wanted to come out with a sense of urgency and really work hard to make the best of the opportunity given to them to compete this weekend.
Right. Well, going into this Saturday's game, wait a second. Do you mind putting on this Christmas hat for us?
Christmas hat?
It is the Christmas theme coming up Saturday.
Saturday night?
Saturday night, Christmas theme.
All right, well, we can do that.
All right.
Caught me off guard, man.
That's all right.
Mine look better than yours? Yours looks
I don't know
bad.
about all that. You're going to have a little out of hand there. All right, going into Saturday's game versus Borden, you'll be facing your first conference opponent of the season.
Yeah.
What are the Braves bring back this year that you have to work hard against?
Yeah, first of all, with Borden, and there's a lot of good coaches we'll face throughout the year, but I really respect their coach and Doc Nash and the job that he's been able to do down there and getting the program turned around and experiencing the success they've had over the last few years. And, they bring back a very well-coached, well-disciplined team. They do return a few of their starters from last year as well. As they got a freshman that's playing major minutes for them and, actually starting for them on varsity this year. So it's a different team than what we saw last year with them. But at the same time, you know, it's a lot of the people that we had to key on last year are back for him, and I just expect it to be a hard-fought game. I don't think it's a game that either team will be able to run away with. I mean, I think it's going to come down to whoever plays well and executes down the stretch is going to be the one that's victorious Saturday night.
Yeah. Well, how do you think your bench stacks up to their bench?
You know, we've kind of been banged up this week. Matt lost an ankle in practice early in the week, and he finally got back tonight and did some limited practicing on it. And Cam's been sick a couple nights. Tony kind of rolled his ankle a little bit, and so you know, one of the things I've liked throughout the season is how, you know, I got a really good 8-man rotation, and I can sub anyone in and not lose a whole lot. But they're about the same as us as far as depth. You know, they're 7 or 8 people deep. But unfortunately for them, they did lose one of their starters in the Lanesville game, their last contest. He broke his wrist, so he's going to be out for them. So we might, you know, be a little bit deeper on the bench for him as long as everybody gets back good and healthy. But you know, the bottom line is that it's 5-on-5 during the game, and whoever each team has out there, it's who competes better against the other that's, you know, going to be successful.
All right. Well, thanks for being here with us.
Hey, I appreciate it, Aaron.
Right,
Thank you.
No problem.